written deputy governor of Edo State. And the deputy governor that is still there is still in his own car and his entourage with the same deputy governor of Edo State. So they have parallel deputy governors in Edo State. Interesting. So let's join one of Philip SHAIBU's lawyer. He has been in the studio. He's been speaking. He was in court yesterday. Barrister Imata, thank you so much for joining us on the program tonight.
Yeah, Ijoba, good evening. It's so nice to be here.
Yes,
And happy Nelson Mandela Day.
Yes. The African Democracy Day.
It is. No, Global Democracy Day, because he remains a global icon of democracy, of what it should be, and not the present despotism that you just portrayed in Edo State.
It's a terrible matter.
And I feel very bitter, because this is not the democracy our president fought for. Even Philip SHAIBU was one of those student leaders who was even incarcerated, fighting for democracy. And it's sad that it is a day like this when the world celebrates a great democratic icon, Nelson Mandela, that state-sponsored forces will attack a convoy, unarmed, and unfortunately, a police officer was killed, an innocent citizen was killed. We cannot continue like this. Yesterday, there was in the news for a good reason, the victory of the deputy governor in court. But because they know he was coming back, today, Edo is in the news for a bad reason.
But his return, you know, definitely may cause this kind of rowdiness in the streets. Because the State House of Assembly, as of yesterday, said they had already filed for a stay of execution. And they also mentioned that the CTC is yet to be out. So if he has to go and implement the court judgment, which papers?
You know, it's quite unfortunate when you hear people in government tell lies. My name is Evanta, and I've always said in this show, we have a government in Edo State that only tells lies to itself. And I'll tell you why. The judgment, as I speak to you, we have not gotten the CTC yet. I don't know if they got it maybe by 5 p.m. As at 4 p.m., I'm coming, as at 4 p.m., we have not laid hold. I applied for it. I noticed their lawyer, Ricky Tafa, somebody from that office also applied for it. For you to apply for an order of stay of execution, which is an application, the only exhibit you need is a CTC of what you are staying. So if somebody says, I am pregnant, right? The presupposition is that you were impregnated, and in 9 months' time, you will give birth. But in a situation where you say you are pregnant and there's no evidence of pregnancy, that is just madness. There's no way they will say they have applied for an order of stay. I even asked the registry if anybody has applied for it, and they said no. So who are they deceiving? Can the House of Assembly, on their own, stay the execution of a judgment? We operate a constitutional democracy, for Christ's sake. There's separation of power, clear separation of powers.
They also said they are fighting for appeal.
We don't know of that, but I can tell you for free that they are just lying, because there are actually 2 cases. I filed suit 405, and 405 is on appeal. So that's what they are referring to. The judgment given was not on 405, because before the impeachment, there was a case that we filed. They were using the appeal to delay it, but as God will have it, the other case that didn't have an appeal was what judgment was given for yesterday. So why would they be deceiving the citizens of Edo State? Lying to Edo State and Nigerians.
Okay, now, if you say, because they don't have a copy of the CTC, so they cannot file.
You cannot have, I'm a law teacher, for Christ's sake. The only exhibit you need to apply for stay of execution is a CTC.
Okay.
You cannot be applying for a stay without that evidence of a judgment.
But is it not possible that the court, when they go to court to say they want a copy of the CTC, they should be given that copy immediately?
No, the truth is the judge is going on vacation tomorrow.
So that's
he's overwhelmed. No, the truth is I'm not holding brief, but he's overwhelmed. And the law does not say there's a time within which the judgment may be ready, the order may be ready, but there are certain processes that you must pass through. But the lie that they have applied to stay is what I'm correcting.
No, but let me
it's a very big and wicked lie.
Okay,
I trust them in time past that if they say we have applied to stay, they will exhibit the documents they call the application for stay, which they have not done.
Okay.
They are just saying it verbally. Can you apply for stay verbally? It's only in the witchcraft kingdom we see things like that, not in the fiscal kingdom.
Let me ask you a question. If the judge is going on vacation and it's certified true copy of the judgment, may not even come out until the man goes on vacation.
No, certainly by tomorrow, I know I will lay hold of a copy of that
You
certificate.
will lay hold, but I can't get it.
No, as a matter of fact, they have applied, as I said.
Okay.
And if I have a copy, you know I will always oblige you that copy of the CTC.
Yes.
And again, everybody was in court when that judgment was delivered. You know, the other time, they said there was nothing like, the PDP case I won in court on behalf of my clients. There was nothing like what the judge said. But this time, that's not what they are saying. But they are now saying stay. They have applied for stay. Initially, they said they would not go on appeal over that case. But as I speak to you, they have filed 4 appeals. They, with their own, press people, have come out to say a judgment that they said, was very bad. They have applied for the CTC. They have not just applied for the CTC. They have filed 4 notices.
But you as a lawyer know, no matter how bad a judgment is, if you don't
the truth is,
act fast.
they said all manner of things, but why file 4 appeals? If the thing is not giving you sleepless night, why file 4 appeals? There are cases in courts involving the deputy governor and other aspirants. The moment the PDP, the Aswe candidate, the PDP candidate Aswe won, they didn't appeal those judgments because on the face of it, they felt, okay, if this is what the court has said, fine. But why are they not filing 4 appeals? If they say their candidate is valid, the Congress they did is valid. These are the lies they say that Edo people are tired of. And until we end the despotic government of Obaseki come November 12th, we cannot enjoy the dividends of days like Nelson Mandela Day.
All right, so let me go to Edo.
Celebrated globally today.
Let me go to Edo. We also have joining us via Zoom all the way from Benin City, Edo State, another lawyer who also will be joining. Barrister Daniel Ogbegi is joining us. Barrister, thank you so much for joining us on the program.
Yes, thank you very much, Ijoma. How are you today?
I'm fine. How are you too?
I'm very fine, thank you.
Are you sure you are very fine with the commotion that we are seeing from Airport Road in Benin City? I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm fine personally. It's only unfortunate. It's only unfortunate that what happened today at Airport Road happened because you have the usual suspect, a man who has had violence trailing him, even right from when he was in university and now president to date. Anyway, he goes, he has violence trailing him, and I believe people should quiz that. Why is it that it's just about you? Whatever you do is about violence, is about when you were in APC and in PDP, and now in APC, it's all about violence. When he came into Benin today, his supporters, who were mostly APC members, who used to load him, used to see him as somebody not to be close to, but because he's now with them, they all trooped into Airport Road to welcome him. There was no single PDP supporter in that place. If you even look at the video that you showed just now, I have a couple of videos here as well, where they're chanting war songs on Airport Road. All of them were APC members. All of them were supporters of Philip SHAIBU. So at what point did it now concern the PDP and the governor of Edo State that they are trying to rob him, as trying to stop him? Now, you see, his vehicle over there has the seal of the deputy governor of Edo State. When, the judgment that he believed he got yesterday has not been executed. When that same judgment, a notice of appeal has been filed. Notice of appeal and stay of execution have been filed and served on the executing agencies and even on him as a person. So who does that?
Okay, but I'm sure you listen to...
You must respect the rule of law.
Yes.
You must respect orderliness.
Yes. Barrister, I'm sure you listened to Barrister Imata. He said the CTC of that judgment is not yet out. So how come they applied for the stay of execution as well?
That's what you should ask him. That means he's lying. For him to say the CTC is not yet out, we cannot take his word for it. Because we have filed a notice of appeal and a stay of execution. I have a copy sent to me a few hours ago. They have also served it on the Inspector General of Police, the executing agency. So how were we able to file a notice of appeal and a stay of execution if the CTC was not available? That's the question we should ask my friend there, Adaze Mata.
But with the situation in Edo State today, the deputy governor, that's Philip SHAIBU, entered the city in, in a car that looks like an official car with the emblem of the deputy
Exactly.
governor. So if you're
Yes.
saying that you have served him the, what you have applied for, that if you have served him and he has also received it, isn't this what is?
No, well, I'm not too sure
whether he has received it.
about that, whether he has been served.
Okay.
You know, the other time when they served the notice of impeachment, he was evading service. So I'm sure it will be very difficult to serve him, but I'm very sure that we have served the Inspector General of Police, the executing agency. So can you rely on self-help to eat the fruit of judgment? The judgment of the court is a document of the court. It is not a document of Philip SHAIBU or of any private individual. You cannot execute a judgment by yourself or by using talks that rely on yourself. You have to follow due process if you actually believe in the law. So as I've said before, you know this man Philip SHAIBU has had his history. If you recall, I saw on AIT in 2016 where the then resident electoral commissioner was crying and saying that Philip SHAIBU threatened him with a gun in his community at Jetu. And there are many plethora of instances where he's been linked with violence. So now you are coming into Benin City and you have to arrange APC party members. You have to arrange talks who took over the entire airport road and they were chanting war songs. You saw the song there. I also have one here where they were chanting war song on airport road. So at what point did any PDP supporter appear in that place? There was no way. The policemen there were police escort of Philip SHAIBU. And Modeo Bewolu was also with him.
But does he have the right? Does he have the right? If
yes,
actually you said yes that the State House of Assembly has filed for stay of execution as well as also filed for an appeal. Does Philip SHAIBU have the right to go about with that emblem that we saw? Because that
no, of course, he did not have the right.
And what's the implication? What's the implication?
It is lawlessness. It is a call to anarchy and chaos for him to use that emblem of deputy governor when you are not yet deputy governor. You have to go through the whole gamut of the judicial process, the legal process, to be able to eat the fruit of a judgment. Assuming we have not even filed any notice of appeal or stay of execution, he cannot even on his own declare himself deputy governor and go to government house with talks to enforce that judgment. He cannot. The judgment of the court is a document of the court, and only court officers can execute.
All right. I'll come back to you, Barrister. Let's return to the studio. You know, initially I asked the question because someone who was on this program yesterday said, even implementing the judgment, he also needs to have the CTC. So if he doesn't have the CTC, he will just go there and then the judgment is implemented.
No, Ijoma, with profound respect to my learned friend on the other side, and I think it's sad when the lawyer comes out to say a judgment that the court delivered, parties were there. The lawyers, the senior advocates representing the Edo State government the governor was there, the government, the Speaker of the House of Assembly, the Inspector General of Police, and he said he has not executed. Which judgment does he need to execute? When the court has said he's a validly elected deputy governor, that his removal was not properly done, and that office was never vacant. That is a judgment of court. When Oshomole was declared the winner of the election, November 11th, 2008, did he go through any drama? Why would lawyers come on national TV and so reduce the profession? Are we talking of land that you now need a writ to execute? We're talking of somebody's office, for Christ's sake. He was elected by those people, and he does not need anybody's permission to carry on with his office. Yes, the Inspector General of Police gave him protection. That is why he came to Benin. We heard what they did. They laid ambush thinking he was going to come yesterday, and he came in today, true to type. We didn't expect anything less. It was at the exit gate. Don't mind what Dan is saying, he's lying. They were ambushed at the exit gate. The orderly of the senator representing Edo Central, who is also the candidate of the APC, was shot and killed. And you see how arrogant it can be when a life is lost.
So
for me, I think this is not what democracy is. As a deputy governor, the way and manner he was impeached was the court.
But let me ask you this question. By Saimata,
we have a democracy and we must protect our democracy.
By Saimata, as a lawyer and also as a politician that I know you are, you have been in this Edo politics for over a decade. And if this is going on, is it not possible that the deputy governor may know that if he has to enter a door with fanfare, it will attract?
No, with profound respect. The commissioner of police was in the airport.
No, hold on. No, if he enters a door with the kind of...
Excuse me, does it need, right? I'm now talking as a lawyer. Does it need the permission of the governor to enter Benin City?
No, you don't get...
His supporters came to receive him.
You don't get what I'm saying. That is somebody who is a politician and knows that tempers are high in things like this. Hold on. You know very well that if you come out in this form, it may attract attacks.
But again,
supporters may clash.
As the deputy governor of Edo State, is the deputy chief security officer of the state. There were no clear security reports to indicate that the government had sponsored thugs. The people that attacked them were government-sponsored thugs. For them to have killed a police officer,
that's what we are saying.
No, but the truth is,
let me take
the buck stops at the table of the governor because he's the chief security officer of the state. And if he wants those states to have a situation of an emergency rule, he will get it because it is totally unacceptable that a deputy governor will be attacked. The governorship candidate of the ruling party and the federal governor will be attacked.
By Saimata, let's take a look. Let's
people need permission to enter the state.
Calm down.
No, it's not right.
Hold on, Barrister.
Sensible. The two innocent lives of people they have family members.
We know.
They have parents.
It's sad that two persons are killed.
No, it's not right.
Nobody is praying for that.
Bad.
But hold on. Let me take you back to the situation that is going on in Rivers State today. The Inspector General of Police knows that if the caretaker committee chairman goes to the secretariat, such attacks may happen because of the different, interests. So in that case, in a Edo issue, definitely this may also happen. The two sides will know that if we go in this manner, it may happen. Is it not possible that
should I shock you? All accusing fingers, I was trying to hold myself back. All accusing fingers are being pointed at the commissioner of police, right? Who is on the payroll of the governor. And we asked the commissioner of police at Edo State to resign because he failed in his duty. He was at the airport. The people who attacked the convoy were at the entrance. What were they doing at the entrance? That is a federal facility. If as commissioner of police he wants to play politics, he should join a political party. And I call on Mr. President to ensure that that commissioner is taken out of our state. He's fully responsible for that because he's in cahoots with the governor. And until that is done, this thing will keep repeating itself. Because those innocent lives, that was an avoidable attack. It was an avoidable death. Can't people move freely? These people have a right to freedom of movement under the Constitution.
But the government is also accusing Philip SHAIBU.
The government have always been very docile in accepting responsibility. After the judgment was given, they started attacking the judgment. They said they were not going to obey the judgment. For Christ's sake, it's a decision of a federal high court. If the governor has the Edo State High Court in his pocket, we're talking of a federal court. Right. We must protect our constitution. We must protect our democracy. Right, and Obaseki should realize that Edo State does not belong to him. He's not Louis Napoleon XIV of France who said, "L'État c'est moi, I am the state." Edo State does not belong to him. And come November 12th, his tenure will end and he will face the law.
All right.
These deaths that are taking place today, the governor will be held accountable. We have to do a petition to the International Criminal Court for Governor Obaseki to be brought to justice.
We don't have all the time. Deaths. Let's go back to Edo State. The barrister, thank you so much. Before we go, because we have a limited time, I'm sure you will have to react to some of the statements he made.
Yeah, of course. There are two major things he said that I want to draw his attention to, also draw attention to. Now, he mentioned just now that when Adams Oshiomhole was declared as the winner of the governorship election 2007, that he did not go immediately to Government House. And of course he did not, because you will recall that in that judgment, the tribunal gave judgment for Adams Oshiomhole And Shomole, knowing that there will be an appeal, he did not immediately go to government house to take over government house as governor of Edo State. He waited for, Osumbo and PDP at that time to appeal. And it was when he won at the appeal court, which was the final court at that time, that, of course, he was sworn in and he became governor of Edo State. So why was Philip SHAIBU in a hurry to quickly go and assume his office as deputy governor when it was just the trial court, the court of first instance, that delivered judgment yesterday? I will tell you the reason. There was a frugal slip from Adaze matter. And the point just now, he said that if the governor of Edo State wants emergency rule to be declared in Edo State, that it will be declared in Edo State. That is what they want. The APC knows that they have a very unpopular candidate. They either want the PDP not to be on the ballot.
All right.
They don't want Swing for them to be on the ballot because they are accepted by Edo people. They know it is everywhere. So they want either to be disqualified. Now they have failed on that front. They have failed on the many cases that they've brought to court to stop Asue Ighodalo and the PDP from participating in the election. And they want to now cause...
All right, thank you.